Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to introduce few libraries in Python which make you unique and powerful. Please watch to the end as we're going to do some really cool works together. We're going to talk about QR code creation for a hyperlink, maybe a QR code for your Wi-Fi at home to share with the friends or visitors, network sharing, and we also talk about how to use Python to download some of the YouTube videos, including this one, and also talk about, in the last part, extracting some data, specifically a table from a PDF file. So let's get on to it. The first thing is creating a QR code for a hyperlink. For this we're going to install two libraries, Pillow, which is the Python image library, and the other one is the QR code. And if you're going to install this in a Jupyter notebook or within a VS Code notebook, we need to have the exclamation mark at the beginning and pip install. That should do what we want to do. Then after the installation, run as we are seeing here, or shift enter, and it does the installation. Of course, in my case, the requirements already satisfied. The hyperlink that I have is the link to my channel, and as you can see here, so we're going to import QR code, create an instance for the QR code. We say qrcode.qrcode. This is the class of the QR code, and set the version. As we have a higher version, which is between the 1 to 40, the image which we get at the end would be more complex and bigger. And we also set the box size and the border size. After that, we add a hyperlink to this. Then we make it use the function make and have the fit equal to true to fit the image to the size. And finally, we make this image, and we set the filling color and the background color. In this case, I put the black and white for a better contrast. And finally, we save this image. I'm saving it to the folder out / my channel QR code, and comment. So shift enter, we're going to execute this. So now we have covered the QR code creation for a hyperlink. We are going to talk about Wi-Fi password with the QR code. So if you have a visitor at home and you would like to share your Wi-Fi and the network, we could easily create this QR code. To do this, we install the library Wi-Fi QR code generator, and it's very similar to the actual QR code. So we have the Wi-Fi name. Then since this is not a hidden, we put it false. Also, as you can see here, I have the authentication type as WPA, and I have the password. I put it subscribe, and of course this should be password that you have for your home network. And we say the version like we had it at the QR code, and the larger number gives us a more complex, and the box size and the border size. So let's execute this, and you see what we got here. Let's put the larger number, say 10, and you see that we have a bigger version of this QR code, and this box size could be smaller or less. So just put number 1 as you get smaller boxes. So this is 5. Go to the next part, which we already covered, and it's sharing the data with the network. So on the current folder, if I want to share whatever data I have with my network, I would have the python-m and the https.server, and you put the port number here. So let's execute this one, shift enter. So now it's running, and now let's go to your favorite browser. It's going to be localhost. I believe I put 9000, and you see the contents that we have. So all the folders that we had there, and data file, out file that you see here. And we could stop this by clicking on the interrupt or Control C. or Command C. Next piece that we want to cover is downloading your YouTube video. We're going to install PyTube, and the documentation is here, all the options that we have, and maybe downloading the whole playlist in a channel. And one example that I'm having here is downloading a specific hyperlink. So we're going to import PyTube and set then we create an instance of this PyTube.py in YouTube and set the hyperlink in it. Then we define it to be a streaming and set the progressive to be true and file extensions that we'd like to have. And also we order by the resolution, and we want to have the first one, and then we set to be downloaded. And the file should be downloaded in the folder. So you see the file that I had downloaded. It's going to be this one, I believe. We could use PyTube library to download YouTube music as well. And I have the link, which is https://music.youtube, and I created this function, download that yt._music, and I'm passing the hyperlink. So in this function, I'm importing the PyTube, creating an instance of the PyTube.youtube, and the only difference is in the filter I'm setting to be only audio to be true, and order by ABR, which stands for bitrate, and we're going to get the first one and download this. So this is, and the link that we have is for the music Unstoppable. Let's execute this one, and we have this downloaded in here. You could also use this to download the whole playlist. Say I have the playlist of all my videos, PyTube.playlist, and pass in the link, and this is going to show the whole list of them, and then we loop through this list and download it. So this is going to download all the videos that we have here. I haven't set the extension, so probably we get the smallest version. All right, with the 3GPP. And if I had set this one to MPEG-4, here we're going to download the rest of those files in the MPEG-4. The last piece that we're going to cover is extracting tables from PDF files. To do this, we're going to first to install a library Camelot-Py, and the best way is using conda installation rather than pip installation, as you're going to run into several dependency issues. So I recommend to use the conda installation for this. We're going to import Camelot and use the method read PDF and pass in the file location, folder, and file name, and the number of the pages. In this case, I have only one page. The file that we have here contains 4 tables, as you can see here. The first one has only one header, the second one has multi-level header, and third and fourth also have one. So they're simple. Back to the code. Let's execute this and see the table. It's a table list containing 4 tables. Let's use the method parsing report, and it shows the accuracy, white spaces, a number of pages, etc. We could basically write the output of this into a CSV file, as you can see here, and go back and look at the data. And it has the column names as we had it in the actual file. It looks like this: Susan, Gerald, etc., etc. All right, back to the code. And to execute this, we put the shift enter, and after this we are going to see the list of the tables that we have. Is the table list containing 4 tables, as we saw in the example file itself. And let's run the parsing report, and it shows the accuracy, white space, order, and the page numbers. We could write this to a CSV file. I'm just going to put the first table, and the extracted tables look like this. Data frame method, and it's like this. And as you can see, the column names do not look right. If we look into the table index 1, it's actually even worse. the values that we have in the row 0 and 1 basically are the column names. It's a multi-level indexing. So if we look into the values that we had and the ilog 0 to 2 and the values of this converted to the list, we're going to get this list basically has the column names. So we're going to assign this to the data frame and get the values from index 2. And the corrected format would be looking like this. And the column names as we have here. I also wrote a function which basically does this for us. We pass in the first row and the second row. In this case, the first row would be row 0 and 1. So it's going to be this would be 0 and 1. And in the case that we have in both values, we have only one table 0, basically, both values should be 0. So let's go back to here, execute this, see what we have in the table 2. In this case, we have the values 0 and 0. So I'm going to pass 0 and 0 here. And the corrected data frame should look like this. And table 3 also. And the corrected data frame. Great. That's what we had today. The topics that we covered were QR code curation, for a hyperlink, QR code for your Wi-Fi, network sharing, YouTube download, and extracting tables from a PDF file. I hope that you found this video useful, and please subscribe and comment. And till next time, happy coding.